Hello plant friends, aka hello PPP. Hello PPs, aka plant peoples, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to show you my haul that I got from Planteria. I think this time around the imports were really good, and also the packaging is just really nice as well. I didn't get too many plants. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 5 plants in total. So yeah, I don't really have too much to say about them, but I'm just gonna go over, I guess, what I imported this year and how I go about it with when I get a new import, like how I care for them and how I set everything up for the acclimation process. That being said, disclaimer, I'm no botanist and I just do whatever works for me, and sometimes I don't even do things properly because I just don't have the space. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. I also want to apologize for the poor lighting just because it is overcast today. So yeah. The first plant that I got is the Anthurium dorayaki. It is, oh my gosh, look at the leaf. It is so cute. So usually from Planteria, whenever I get imports from him, there's always scale on the plants. So I'm just gonna need to make sure I clean it really well. And yeah, so I think this one is the flowering age. I'm not too sure. It might be the medium size, but oh my gosh, isn't it so cute? I love how round the leaves are. So that's the first one. The second one that I have is the Musa. So pretty much my first Musa died, and I really hope this doesn't die. I mean, it's got like really nice coloring. I know it's gonna brown. I know there's a possibility that I'm gonna lose all my leaves as well, but that's okay. As long as it roots, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not gonna fuck with it either, because last time I did, I had it rooting in moss. There was 1 root, and then I got impatient and I switched it over to, what did I switch it over to? Like perlite and pond, but really heavy on the perlite mixture, and it rotted. So that Musa was freaking amazing. It was huge and I freaking loved it. If I can find a picture, I will insert it in here somewhere. But yes, so that one is in the afterlife. And the this is a Planteria wilkii. I did not expect it to be this long. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, it's freaking beautiful and it's huge. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna mount it. I will mount it, but I just don't know where I'm gonna put it, because like this is a little excessive. I might try to angle it down a little bit, but wow, this is, I don't even know where to put it. I guess I might mount it up at the top there now, put a hole in my wall. But this is absolutely amazing. I've been into platyceriums lately, and yeah. So that's the Willinkii. Next one is my absolute favorite. So my friend was watering my plants when I was in Australia, and he accidentally overwatered something and it died. So I asked Ilham or Planteria to for like another Platycerium Ridley, and because he gifted me one before and I freaking loved it. It was so cute. It was small, but the one he gave me was this one. Oh my god. It even has spores, guys. Like, oh my, this is like my dream Planteria. Like they look like ears. Like, oh my gosh, like it's so cute. Like I don't even know how I should mount this. Probably like this. But oh my gosh, this is, if I were to buy a Planteria, like this is the one. Absolutely. Planteria Ridley. Oh my gosh. I can't get over this. I cannot. I guess I'll have to mount it like this. Holy smokes. Anyways, I do have a new frond that's coming out on the side here. I don't know if you can see, but that is so exciting. Thank you so much, Ilham, if you're watching. Like, this is absolutely amazing. It is mind-blowing. The last plant is the Anthurium Silver Chrome. I like me a silvery sort of Anthurium. I mean, I love the really dark ones too, but this was really, really pretty. And the packaging came in like this. A little excessive on the cup, but I don't know how big the root system is, but you know what? It secures the plant for sure. I do see a scale on here, but that's okay. I am going to show you the leaves. Like, do you see how silvery some of the leaves are? Like, look at this one. Isn't that insane? Oh, this one is really silvery too. Yeah. I think these are seedlings, but oh my gosh, it's got 1, 2. This is like a 3 growth point plant. 3 growth points. So I'm gonna get this in pon actually, but I'm gonna wash all my plants down. So I'll start with all the aeroids first because they're easier to deal with. So yeah, pretty much with the care is that I will take all my plants to my bathtub. I'll soak them in Super Thrive for about 15 minutes, and then I wash them down. I spray them down actually with the Safer's insecticide. And then I give it a good rub down. I go through the leaves to see if there's any scale, and then I just let it sit and dry with the roots in the water. And then once they're dry, I will pot them up. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. And then Platyceriums are really new to me. The last import that I got was from Ecuagenera, and well, not Ecuagenera. I bought it from the Orchid Show, and I just pretty much washed it down and I mounted it. There wasn't really anything that I did. It didn't really have any roots, and I'm sure it's rooting now because it is giving me like a new frond growth. But yeah, so these ones they're spores, so I'm not really sure. I'm gonna do some research on the spores first before I wash it, because I don't want to wash all the spores away. Yeah, because I want to try to grow some Ridleys. But with normally I would just wash them and then just make sure they dry, because I don't like being too wet, because here it's gonna rot at the base. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be bringing you to my bathroom now. Before I do that, the other imports I had, other than my orchids, this is the one that I got from Ecuagenera. This is a Luxuriance cross with Forgetii. Oh, look at the bullet. It is so, like, the texture and like, yeah, it's everything. Like, it's so dark. It feels almost like, you know, those matte phone cases, like it feels like that. And look at the sinus, it is so adorable. It's like overlapping each other. I love it. It's growing a new leaf for me, and the rooting right now is, the rooting situation right now is in a pond. I have a little bit of an air pocket here, which is fine, but you can see that it is growing. It's growing okay, and yeah. I realize my pond looks really dusty for some reason, but I was water rooting this for a long time. Like, it actually came with really, really nice roots, and I think in my plant to do video, you'll see me pot this up, but none of the roots died. Maybe like a couple strands, like 5 strands of the secondary roots did rot, but everything else was immaculate. Like, they were green too, so they were photosynthesizing. But yeah, I had it in water for maybe like 3 weeks, and then I switched it over to pond, and it seems to be doing fine. I got some fuzzy roots going, so I'm happy with it. So this is a luxurian Forgetii from Ecuagenera. Okay, so I'm just gonna unravel the packaging here and see what roots we're dealing with, and we will go from there. Yeah, this time, like, I feel like how they wrapped it was just so much, like, it's less compact, but I feel like it's less harsh on the roots. I don't know. I feel like when they pack it so densely, I feel like that's when all the roots kind of just die. All right. Holy roots. I do see some root breakage. That's okay, it's to be expected. They did such a good job cleaning like the dirt and everything off the roots. Okay, so this root is gone. I'm just gonna take them off. They are a little dehydrated. It's okay. Bound to happen. I think these were grown from seeds from looking at the chunk. Alright, so a friend of mine tagged this for me because they went to go pick it up. Alright, so that's that. Rinse it after. I'm gonna add some water to it so it's not like thirsting. This one is the baby. Yeah, I'm trying not to bring too many plants into my collection anymore. I feel like I've gotten to the point where it's a little excessive. I want to keep all the big ones and maybe get rid of the small ones, but honestly a lot of my small ones were just like the seedling size, and they're like Hoyas, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay. Oh, that's a huge cup for something so small. Alright, I guess this is an offshoot. It's an offshoot of the mother plant, possibly. I'm not sure. Sorry. But yeah, there are 3 growth points happening. I don't know if you can see. Here's 1. Here's 2. And there's 3. So So this one is no good. Probably old leaf, and I'm gonna rinse this one too. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. So cute. All right, this is a Musa. It must be a Musa pup as well. So we'll see what happens. It honestly, like, if this Musa dies, I'm not gonna even bother. I think Devon's is selling them now, so I'm like, I think I paid a little bit too much for this one. I definitely paid a lot for the first one, and yeah, I should have been a little bit more patient. It was my fault. Like, I should not have moved it, got excited and moved it when I saw a root. Hopefully, because it did come rootless, hopefully this one has some roots. Oh yeah, they're like rotted. Oh, this is a big tuber. Alright. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the roots pretty much rotted. Actually I have one root here, but it's broken because of what happened last time. Oh no, the stem is mushy. Oh, whew. Yeah, because what happened last time, I'm kind of traumatized, so I'm just gonna leave like these roots on, whatever they are. Okay, this one I can definitely remove because it's like black, but I'm just gonna rinse it, clean it, and then I'm gonna put it back into moss. Like, I don't want to mess with it. But I have heard that they root in moss really well. So this is like the tuber that has grown out from like a mother plant, and this is just like an offshoot. Some people, when they're acclimating, they actually just cut the whole entire, like cut all the leaves off to conserve energy for roots, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so I have all the plants except the Planteria taken out. I would like to reuse this moss, but honestly, I might not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna reuse this. It's such a shame. I like a little more stringy moss, but don't really have that luxury. So yeah. Okay, so with this one, I'm not gonna soak it. There's no need to because this is a tuber. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a little two drops. Sorry, it's 2 mLs. All right, that's good enough. I'm actually gonna soak it for more than 15 minutes today, just because the roots did seem quite dry. So I'm gonna just leave it in here, let it soak. My Musa, I think I'm just gonna spray down with Safers, and then I'm gonna pot it up right away. Yeah. Oh my god. I think these are roots from other pups that are like peeling off. Interesting. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with my Safers and spray it. I'm just gonna massage it into the leaves, and guess what I found. Look at that. This is why you gotta do your pest control, and I am scared there is either a spider or a grub. Okay, let's see what we are dealing with. I'm scared. Ew. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna flush that. That is nasty. My God. Don't haunt me in my dreams, please. Okay. So, just gonna go in with that. Checking for scale along the way. Actually this time, the scale situation is not bad. I haven't seen any. I thought this was a scale, but it's not. Oh, maybe it was because it came off. But usually when I run my nails over it, like I can feel it, but not today. Not today, son. Okay. So, actually, now that I'm done, I'm just gonna rinse this off. You can leave on the insecticide, but I usually don't. So the only question that I have is like these pups. This part gets soft, like it rots off. So I don't know, like am I supposed to remove it? Like I'm unsure. So I'm gonna try to remove as much soft parts as possible and just let it callus, I guess. So yeah. You guys probably don't agree with what I'm doing. I don't agree with myself either. Please, someone tell me how you deal with this kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna just let that be. I think I've removed enough to and is satisfied. Yeah, I sanitized the shit out of my bathtub after, so do not fret. So I have some wet moss made from my last video, and so I'm just going to pot the musa in. I have all these sticks in my moss. It's most likely not going to root from where it was pulled out of, so I think I kind of have no choice but to plant it this way near the edge, but that's okay because if roots grow, then I can definitely see the roots that way. Okay, I have a friend, when I ordered my musa, she ordered one too, and hers died as well. So, fun times, fun times. All right. How, I can't even talk. How tight do you guys pack your moss? Like, I usually don't really pack it in that tight. I don't know, I feel like it suffocates the plant, but let me know how much you pack it, because I'm curious. Anyways, that's that. Since it's small enough, it can actually fit into my cabinet this time. So, yep, I'm gonna move it there, and hopefully it will do something for me. Okay. Okay. So while my other plants are soaking, I have brought the Willinkii, and I am going to just spray it down with Saphers. I'm not really able to do much about like the fronds. Yeah, but I can check whether there is like scale on them or not. And yeah, I know with platyceriums, they have these little fur looking things. I forget what they're called. You're technically not supposed to touch them. because they are there for it to catch moisture in the air. So I mean, I'm gonna look at it quickly and I'm still gonna spray it down. However, I'm not gonna scrub it, because if I scrub it, I'm going to remove all of these hairs and it would just mess up the plant. I am removing one scale that I saw. So with scale, spraying down with insecticide, spraying down with insecticide is not going to remove them, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to like pick them off, which is what I'm doing. Yeah, the insecticide is just because they have like this they're armored mealybugs essentially, and so the insecticide doesn't really penetrate it. Oh, I'm gonna have to wreck this frond here. This is, oops. Yeah, so pretty much you really can't do much about it. So you have to pick them off. And oh, there's one here, I think. Oh, no, that is not. Sometimes it's hard to see, but I only saw one and I removed it successfully. Oh, maybe there's another one here. Let me see if I can get, oh, do you see it right here? And I just kind of like push it off with my nail, and that's pretty much it. I guess there's a couple of scale. I'm sure some of my other plants that I've imported in the past have them, but it's just like, it's never really, knock on wood, but it's never really spread to any other plants. So I'm thankful, so I'm thankful in that way. I'm sorry, this is such a terrible angle. Anyways. That's super hard. Okay, so this is the Ridley. I did spray it down. I'm just gonna rinse it. Good. I'm just gonna rinse it and then call it a day. If I see any scale, there's one here. I'm just gonna pick it off. Otherwise, it should be fine. Like, it's not gonna be close to any of my other plants. So yeah. So I rinsed it off as much as I could. There might still be a couple scales on there, but it should be okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this dry a little bit and then I'm going to mount this today. One of the first few videos I made for this channel was mounting a orchid and mounting my little baby staghorn plant that I got from hunters. But I have watched several other videos of other people mounting their staghorns, so I'm just trying a different method today. This one, I don't have a hammer, so I'm using a little wrench here, but I am using 4 nails, and then I will be wrapping back and forth between those nails with the fishing line. So the back of this plant actually had moss already, so I didn't bother removing it and putting my own, so I just kind of stacked it on top of what I put on the cork bark, and then I will just start wrapping from there. it's not the ideal to wrap the line over the shield fronds, but I didn't really have a choice because of how the shape was, and I wanted to really secure it onto the back of, or the front of the cork bark, so that's why I chose to do that. However, as this plant grows and it grows new shield fronds, it will just grow over the fishing line, and when these old shields do dry off, it should be totally fine. So as I was mounting this platycerium, I started with the bottom half first, and once I was done working and adding moss to the bottom, I moved on to the top of the shield fronds. And so you can see that I'm just slowly adding enough moss underneath and making sure that it's nice and compact, and then I'll start wrapping again. So once I was happy with the wrap of the moss, I just secure it onto one of the nail pegs, and then I'm just checking to see if there's any areas that require a little bit more moss addition to fill up holes. Otherwise, I will start taking my scissors and just start shaving off the side of the moss, kind of like when you're making a moss pole. You kind of snip it along really close to the pole as possible, and then it creates like a smoother, sort of rounder look to it. Next, here I'm going to mount the Willinkii. Thankfully, this is my last cork bark that I have, and it happened to be a long one. Because the shield fronds for this plant grows upwards, as you can see the dried off one, I did choose to mount it near the bottom of the cork bark. So with this platycerium, I'm just gonna do the same thing as what I did with the Ridleyi. So pretty much I will stabilize it, and then I will weave back and forth with the fishing line where I had put in my little nail pegs. So after I was done mounting my Platycerium plants, I was ready to spray down my Anthurium dorayaki, and so I'm just going in with my Safer's insecticidal soap and just giving it a good spray down. And then once I'm done spraying, I'll just kind of rub it into the leaves and do my checks for scale. As you can see, I just picked one off. And that's pretty much it. And then afterwards I will do a inspection of the roots and just go on a little trimming frenzy. Next I have my silver chrome. It didn't really have that many roots and it really didn't need too much trimming, so I just trimmed off the stuff that looked a little brown, and then pretty much I am going to pot this into pond right away. So this is actually the next day. I was so exhausted yesterday and I couldn't finish it because I also had to cook dinner. But I left my Anthurium dorayaki soaking in water overnight, and the roots seem a little bit more hydrated, and so today I'm going to pot it into pond. This was an old glass candle jar that I had. I really wanted it in there because it sat a little bit lower, but it actually didn't fit because this plant had so many roots. So ultimately I did switch it into a orchid pot, which you will see later. So you reached the end of the video. I hope you got to feel my excitement through this video. I know what it's like to have new plants added to your own collection. So yeah, thank you for going on this journey with me, and I really do hope that you will order from Planteria in the future. We do group orders from time to time in the Vancouver area, so definitely find that Facebook group and order from Planteria. There are designated areas made for each place, so make sure you look up Planteria. There are different groups that conduct group orders from Indonesia. Thank you so much for continuing to support this channel, and please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. If there are certain videos you'd like to see, please leave it in the comment box down below. It helps me content create, and also if you do like this video, please give it a share. It really helps with my visibility. Thank you once again, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye bye.